One. Okay, let's start with evidence of evolution. This is why we consider evolution. I'm gonna just speed through. It's 23 slides, but it's like almost nothing. What made us consider evolution? Everything looks the same. We thought everything was perfect, but then hey, things are dying. Then, wait, if things are dying and we discover new stuff, it's not perfect. So we're saying things died. Things look similar to each other. Structures are the same. Things like that. So we might came from the same ancestor. Fossils, we can compare what we look like to how things in the past look like. Important people, I'm not gonna go. Just Charles Darwin, Alfred Wallace, natural selection, stuff like that. Natural selection is that it's a lot about fitness. Fitness is how many offspring you can have. Higher fitness, the higher chance. It's the amount of genetic information you can pass down. Higher fitness, the more babies you have, more genetic information you have. It also can do, if you can survive more, pretend this bird can fly 3 times as fast and dies 4 times less. This would have a higher fitness because it can breed more times. It can breed 4 times more than how many? Just things like that. So we have postulates. These postulates are these need to occur for natural selection. Number 1, everybody has to be different in either their phenotype, their genotypes, alleles have to be different. At least some of those differences have to be passed down from your parents. They either have to come from your parents or you can pass down to your kids. Number 3, not everybody lives. And number 4, the thing that makes you live or die isn't by chance but by skill. The strongest survive. So this one, natural selection is the difference. So let's look at this giraffe example. Maybe there was competition with food, right? And resources were going down. So they increase the competition. So giraffes with longer necks would be able to eat leaves. Fossils. Fossils, they get covered by sediment. Groundwater seeps. And the bones replaced with minerals. What are some challenges of fossilization? Let's get some engagement.
Them can't be fossilized properly because they decompose. They can get eaten by animals and stuff in their decomposition.
Predators. Yeah.
Some of them are too small.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just go here. Yeah.
Some of them can be torn apart the environment which they died.
Yeah. Crushed, decomposed, eaten by scavengers, short existence.
Some of them, short existence. So they can be like the water bears and stuff. Not a short existence, but they're just very small.
Yeah, they're microscopic, so they can't leave any fossils. But this one would be you live for 100 years. I don't think you wouldn't find a lot of fossils. So we can look at fossils to depict things here we can say, hey, that hip bone, we thought that whales came from land, but then we're that hip bone is too small to support all that weight, so we just said it's false. Let's look at structures. We got homologous and analogous. This is analogous, is homologous, or morphologic divergence and convergence. I think that's what she uses on the test. Divergence and convergence. Convergence is analogous, and this is homologous, or divergence. So this one is similar structure, different functions. So
can you explain that and give examples,
please? Right here. Look at these bones. They have the blue, the flagellates, the metacrops, the carpals, the ula, radius, humerus. All these have similar bone structure. The bat uses it to fly. The whale uses it to swim. The cat uses it to walk. And the human uses it to grab things.
So these are going to be homologous structures.
Or monophyletic divergence. This is analogous or convergence. And these are they're all used to fly, but the bat and butterfly and the owl structure are different. Or hawk, or whatever that bird is. Here's another example. This is an example, but here's a good example of analogous. They're all used for fishing, swimming, but the structures are different. So let's look at homology of statual structures, which are useless stuff like hip bones on whales, small pelvis, eye remnants of eye-blind cave fishes, tails, and people. These are useless, and embryos. Look how we all start the same as embryos. As humans, we also have gills. So that's pretty cool. But then we lose our gills and we become different. But like how one of these looks similar at the beginning, then we must have been from a same ancestor. We can use genomes. Oh, here it is. This is the picture I was talking about, genomes. Genomes, as we said, is everything. Mouse are 88%. Zebrafish, 73. Fruit flies, 47. Rice, 25. Things like that. We can see, we are more commonly related to mice than zebrafish. Which I'm surprised that we're more related to rice than things. I'm a fourth rice. Come on, eat me. Eat a fourth of me. Okay, function. Okay, we have patterns in animal development. See, again, like this. I think this is what this picture is like animal development. Yeah, we have Hawk's gene and Hawk's 6 gene similar. Ribs and thorax. Populations evolved by natural selection. Choose one example of natural selection. Artificial selection of animal and plants. Crickets, herbicides and pesticide-resistant tanning owls. These are examples of natural selection. Why? Because let's say this one. We're using a lot of herbs and pesticides, and that will kill a lot of plants. But guess who survives? The plants with herbicides and pesticides. So they have a higher fitness, so they're able to spread their offspring. Well, things like, and maybe artificial selection of animal and plants that is another. We look for specific traits, so we give things with higher fitness, like bananas. We might artificially select ones that are immune to a fungal disease, so we ignore everything else but that. Tanning owls, maybe camouflage, thing like that. That was